into your easy seat, free seat, or half lotus position, whatever makes you comfortable. Remember, you can pop a cushion under your bum. It helps you feel less pain or discomfort as we sit. And we'll begin with our breathing. And it's just breathing today. I would like you to just pay attention to your natural breath. Notice whether you're a shallow breather, whether you naturally breathe deeply. Maybe you breathe in deeply and then don't exhale fully, or maybe you shallow in breath and fully exhale. Who knows? The main point is to pay attention to your breath. What is happening in your body as you are breathing? It's that simple today. Continue your normal breath. Now just shift awareness into your body. How does your body feel when you sit? Just normally, not trying to sit long or hips tucked under. Just how you naturally sit when you're not thinking about it. And just pay attention, sort of clock the areas in your body. What's happening in the shoulders? What's happening in the spine? What's happening in the neck? What's happening in the hips and the legs? Do you feel discomfort anywhere? Do you feel pain anywhere? Just pay attention. The aim is not to change anything, just be aware. Now I want you to change your seat and feel the lengthening of the spine, the hips tucking under, the belly lifting. And bring your awareness back to your breath and just notice how the change in posture changes how you breathe. Might not change, and that's fine. Just being aware of the situation. Again, clock in your body anywhere where there might be discomfort in this lengthened position, this tucked position, this belly active, shoulders into their sockets position. Just bringing awareness into your body. take your awareness to your breath, which you've already been at, but we are now bringing in deep breathing. So you've allowed your breath to be whatever it is naturally. Now, in our lengthened position, we're starting to take deep inhalations. So you're filling up your belly first. It expands into your chest, upper chest, and then you exhale fully, squeezing the abdomen to help push all the oxygen, or carbon dioxide rather, out. And then really opening up the body. It's easier as you sit up straighter to expand the ribs, expand the belly, to really breathe in that full yogic breath. So let's begin with our deep breathing. Continue this deep breathing, and again, clock in your body any discomfort or pain, or just awareness of any difference now that you're taking deep breaths in. Does anything happen or change, or any sensation you might feel in your body? And allow the breath to return to normal once more. You can come over onto your hands and knees. Remember, we want to keep the belly lifted, so it's not relaxed in an arched position and the belly dropping to the floor, but lifting, being in a tabletop position with our spine. Our armpits are lifted, so our shoulders broaden as we push down into the hands. And we're just going to do a gentle cat-cow. So you allow the hips to drop and open up towards the floor, lifting the head up towards the ceiling, or just to look in front of you really. And then curl the hips under, pulling the spine up towards the ceiling. Feel the tummy lifting, feel as you push down in the arms. You're sucking that belly back. And we drop into our arch, keeping the tummy lifted, head facing forward. And up into the arch. No, not arch. Curl around your spine. And slowly into arch. And slowly curl. Slowly arch. And curl. Relax into that tabletop position. Straighten your left leg behind you. Remember to keep pushing down in these arms, keep lifted in the belly. Squeeze that left bum cheek. Lift the leg up and take it across and down behind your right leg. Take it up and then open it up to the left as well. Take it up to that centered point and behind the right leg. Centered point and out towards the left. Centered point behind the right. Centered point and out to the left. Centered point and behind the right, and hold it in that right position and send that leg backwards. So you're dropping into a bit of a pigeon kind of position, but allow yourself to keep your sternum facing the floor, but your hip is going at a slant here and the left leg is going out to the right direction. And allow your body to drop down onto that knee, thigh rather. Keeping the back leg active. Keeping tummy active. And slowly come back up, lifting that left leg straight behind you. And now we're just going to do a simple rolling of the hip open. This is more just to feel the difference between the two, and it also sends more work into the glutes on the right leg. So you open the hip up and then rotate it into square again. Open the hip up and rotate to square again. Open the hip up and rotate to square. Remember, you're still squeezing this bum cheek, so you want to feel the bum squeeze as you rotate open and then square. Rotate open, square, and bring that knee back onto the floor. Now we send our right leg out behind us. We send it over behind the left leg. Straighten it behind us into that neutral position, and then take it out to the right. Neutral, behind the left, neutral, right. Neutral, behind the left, neutral, right. Neutral, behind the leg, neutral, right. Neutral, behind the leg. You leave it behind the leg and you allow your body to drop down towards that thigh. Keeping the back leg active, tummy active. And slowly come back up onto that one knee. You start off in your squared position. Keep that right bum active and you open up the hip and rotate to squared. Open up the hip and rotate to squared. Open up the hip and rotate to squared. Open up, square, open up, square, open up, square, back onto your hands and knees, and open your knees, dropping your bum onto your feet. You can drop your chest onto the floor and take a moment. Slowly roll up, and when I say roll up, we're literally going to use our hands to push us into a little ball of makisi as we slowly come up, sucking the belly and then lengthening the spine once we're seated. In this position we're going to do a bit of a twist, but what I want you to play with today is how slow and aware of your own body can you be. So often what happens in our bodies is our nervous system is actually holding us back from certain movements because it gets so used to certain, not just movements, but let's call it restricted movement during the day. That's what it knows to be safe. So if we move very slowly in movements that we don't do and practice all the time, we're sort of giving it a chance to catch up and to know that actually this movement is safe, and as a result it may allow us to go into a deeper stretch than if we just quickly moved into the different movements, if that makes sense. So with our knees open, we're tucking the hips, lifting in the belly, lengthening up the spine. The shoulders are rotating just gently into their sockets. We don't want the shoulders pulling back to effort. It's just a very gentle space, that in-betweensy space that I always speak about, that balance point, and that you can feel your scapula just gently pulling down. We're going to take our right hand to our right knee, and then we're very, very slowly, like a tortoise, going to start moving our body towards the left. And as you move, you'll feel when you're able to then place your left hand behind you to help you keep twisting, but it's all very, very slow. Once you reach as far as you can, hold the twist in that position, but try and stay very relaxed. Don't allow your body to tense or go to a point where it hurts and it's uncomfortable. Try and not try today. And very slow, like a tortoise, release and start coming back to that centered point. Again, keep trying to bring that awareness into your body. Just pay attention to what you're feeling in your spine, in your QLs, these muscles that are just at the lower point of your back, are stabilizing muscles. Feel what's happening in your legs and your arms. Just pay attention. So now we're taking our left hand onto our right knee, and again, slow like a tortoise, we start twisting towards the right. When you're ready, you can place your right hand behind you to help you continue your twist. Once you've reached your max twist, just hold. And very slowly start returning to that neutral position. Okay, so we're going to go over to the left again, but this time we're going to go a little bit faster. And again, just stay in awareness. Right hand to left knee and start twisting towards the left. And gently release over to the right, faster than we did before, but we're not trying to speed twist. And release back to the centered point. Hopefully you might notice if you do your twists often, maybe you got further than you usually do. So it's again just engaging that nervous system to help get us deeper into our stretches for funsies, you know. Now we're going to place our hands on the floor in front of us again, pushing down in the arms. We're going to be jumping onto our toes and back again. So you push on the front of your feet, push down through the arms, lifting in the armpits so we feel our shoulders broadening. And we just jump onto the toes. Jump back. Jump onto the toes. Remember to keep sucking that belly back towards the spine. It helps you give that extra oomph to help you jump backwards and forwards. You're going to do one last one to land you on your toes. From here, release the hands. So now you're just balancing on your toes. Make sure that the hips are tucked under, belly is sucking backwards. This helps stabilize you as we need our balance as we're coming up to standing. If you need to use your arms, whether they're out in front of you or out to the sides to help you keep balance, do so. Stay on your tippy toes. Remember to squeeze the bum, keeping the hips tucked. Lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Come down onto your flat feet. Bring your hands into your prayer position. And slowly bend your knees, coming into our chair pose. We're going a little bit deep today, but again, you're going to need to play with it for yourself to find what works best for you in terms of your balance. We're going to start off with our left leg staying firmly grounded into the floor, and the right leg comes up. We're sending it behind us, keeping tummy lifted and our back long, so you don't want to go into an arch. We're keeping lifted, keep your balance, and we're going to kick that leg back behind us and release. Back behind us and release. These are targeting the hammies to help strengthen them for all our other fun movements when we're standing. And this last one, I want you to hold it and just point and flex the toes. And pull that knee up towards your chest and straighten the left leg. Place your left hand on the outside of your right knee, and the right hand sweeps behind you as you go into a deeper twist. Keep sucking belly back behind you and tuck the hips under. And then sweep that right arm up towards the ceiling. And you're going to press your left hand into that left knee. And the knee pushes back, so you're creating a point of resistance here. And slowly release that leg back onto the floor. Lift your left knee and just wriggle out the ankle a little bit in case you felt a little bit of hard work there. Place both feet on the ground, and we're going back into our chair position. Remember to keep lifted in the belly, squeeze the bum, getting the hips into a nice position, and arms up. Bring those arms into your prayer position, leaning into the right leg so you can lift the leg and send it behind you. Bring it forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, and again. One last one. This one we hold and point and flex the feet. And bring that leg up, straightening the right leg. Place your right hand on the outside of the left knee. Remember to keep lifted in the belly. Push your hand against this knee as you sweep your left hand behind you, going into a twist. Sweep that left hand up to the ceiling, and you push your right hand into the knee and lift the knee into the hand, creating a point of resistance. And release that leg back down and lift the right foot, just wriggling out, releasing tension. With both feet on the floor, open your feet so that they're as wide as your mat. Try and keep them parallel with the mat so the feet are nice and straight. They're not opening out at a 35-degree angle. Make sure the hips are lifted, belly is lifted. And initially, I don't want you to pay much attention to activating your muscles or anything. I just want you to be aware of the feeling in your body, what you can feel is happening, and then I'm going to take you into awareness and see if you feel a difference. So, still activating and tilting hips under, arms are up towards the ceiling, and now you're going to slowly, very slowly, lean into a tabletop position. Just pay attention what in your body is activating, what's happening. And slowly allow your hands to drop towards the floor. And gently hang. Now I want you to feel your legs. Can you feel anything activating or pulling? Can you feel a stretch? Whatever you're feeling in your legs, just pay attention to it. And now I want you to very consciously activate the quad muscles. So the knees lift and the legs pull backwards. And as you do this, I want you to notice whether you come closer towards the floor or not. Keep the quads active. Now grab your ankles and try and pull your sternum towards the shins, keeping the quads active. Release and release the quads. Bend the knees gently, suck your belly up towards your spine, and now try and get your body onto your quads and hang. Keeping or trying to keep your abdomen against the quads. Try and straighten the legs again just as far as you can go. And release again. We're going to play with the little move. Play with it, because if you struggle with it, you just play at the beginning part of the move, if that makes sense. So we're aiming to get our one shoulder in behind our one leg. So let's all do the left leg. If you feel you need to open your legs a bit more, try that. Literally play with it. It's fine if you bend your knees. It's fine if you don't straighten your legs all the way. Play. Okay, so we're going to take our bodies down. Let's take our left shoulder behind our left knee. We take that arm around so we can bind it. And then we try and straighten the legs. Just go as far as you can go. Gently release. And we go to the other side. So this time we take our right arm. We're trying to get it behind the right leg. We take that hand behind us, wrapping it over the bum, bind, and try and straighten the legs. Gently release and come all the way up to standing. Pull your hands up towards the ceiling, pulling nice and long. And slowly melt to the floor in your squat. All the way down to seated. Straightening your legs out in front of you. Take your left foot and bring it up towards your forksy bonnet. If this is quite difficult for you, you can place it in a thigh or against the knee. It doesn't need to be all the way up. Tuck the hips under, lift in the belly, and we're going to play with that slow movement again, as well as the activation of the quad to see what happens. So initially, we're going to turn our sternum towards our left knee. We're going to place our hand, you can have it on the knee, you can have it on the floor, it's not really that serious. And the left hand is going to come scooping up from the bottom, pulling up towards the ceiling, and then you're going to keep pulling it over towards the toe, and then swooping it back up again. It's just a slow movement. And again, just pay attention. What happens in the body? Where do you feel it? In this next one, we're scooping that hand up, turning our body towards the right leg, and you can grab your foot, your ankle, or your calf. And now I want you to play with that activation of the quad muscle. So pull the knee up and try and squeeze that leg towards the floor, and notice whether it allows you to go deeper into the stretch or what you might feel in your body. And gently release. Swapping legs. Pulling your foot up towards your forksy bonnet. If that's too much, you just put it into the inner thigh or at your knee. We're turning our bodies towards the right leg. Your left hand you can place on the floor or on the knee, whatever's comfortable for you. And then we're taking our right hand and we're scooping up behind us, leaning forward and coming over to potentially touch the toe and back again, just slowly. And this time as we scoop up, we turn our bodies towards that left leg. You grab your foot, your ankle or your calves. And again, feel what it does to the stretch if you activate the quad down towards the floor, lifting the knee. Gently release. Bring your feet into your Baddha Konasana position, as close as you can to your forksy or gentleman bonnet. And then we're going to place our hands behind us, fingers facing away from us. And we're going to lift our bum and push the feet closer towards or rather our bum close towards the feet. You're squeezing your bum, trying to push the hips forward. You're holding yourself in that position. Keep squeezing the bum, trying to pull the knees down towards the floor, and gently release. Bring your knees together and allow yourself to roll down onto the floor very slowly. Control, feeling your tummy working. Push the hips forward. And come to lying down. Make sure that your shoulders being pulled gently down towards the floor, rather down your spine. Hands can stay on your sides, or as we lift into bridge, you can interlace your fingers under your bum. I'll show you in a moment. So we bring our feet in as close as we can to our bum, tuck the hips under, and start lifting the bum up towards the ceiling. This is where you can then interlace your fingers under your bum, readjust your shoulders if you need to, And then push the legs down into the earth, lifting your hips a little bit more. Really squeeze the bum, pushing those hips up. Push your feet into the floor. Wiggle your right foot a little bit closer to the middle so that you can balance nicely as you lift the left, and place the left foot on the right. Drop your bum towards the floor and then lift back up again, squeezing your bum. Drop down and squeeze your bum. Drop down and squeeze your bum. Hold it and drop the left leg back down. Take it a little bit more centered. Lift the right leg, put the right foot on the left knee, and drop your bum towards the floor and push up. Drop the bum down and push up. Drop the bum down and push up. Place that right leg onto the floor and slowly drop your bum all the way down to the floor. Take your hands up above you, feeling them being pulled long. Tuck the hips under, feeling your whole spine on the floor. Suck that belly down towards the floor. Your coccyx should be slightly lifted off the floor. And from here, start lifting your bum off the floor just slightly, and then allow it to drop down again. Not allowing it to completely go onto the floor, just touching the floor and rolling back up again. So it's more just your coccyx lifting up and down, very subtle. You should be feeling the legs working. Tuck, release, tuck, release, tuck, release completely, taking your hands to your knees. Suck the belly down as you bring your knees into your chest. Grab your feet, going into your happy baby position. Now imagine that your feet are a steering wheel and you're just driving, or shimmying the steering wheel side to side. And release. Take your legs down to the floor, straighten them out. Arms can straighten out to the sides. Lift your right leg, grab your knee with your left arm, and you're going to pull this right leg over towards the left. Keep sucking the belly down, and you're going to push your knee gently into your hand to create that space at the hip flexor. And twist. Gently release, bringing that knee back up, and pull the knee in towards your armpit, so it's slightly to the side, not towards your chest. Let the bottom leg be active. Suck belly down. up your leg under your knee, and in this position you just try and lift the leg, straighten it as much as you can, flexing and pointing the toes, and drop. Try and open it as wide as you can, and flex and point the toe, and release. And try and straighten as much as you can, and flex and point the toe, and release. And release that leg back down to the floor. Hands back at the sides. Lift the left leg up in that bent position. Grab it with your right hand and pull it over towards the right, creating a little bit of that resistance to help you keep that space at the hip flexor. Gently roll back to that center point. Pull that knee in towards the armpit, so it's not coming into the chest, it's slightly outwards. Activate the bottom leg, so it's trying to stay on the ground. Place your hands under the knee, and you again try to straighten the leg as much as you can and point and flex the toe, and release. Try and straighten the leg as much as you can and point and flex the toe, and release. And straighten one more time, pointing and flexing the toes, and release back down into the floor. Suck the hips, or rather suck the belly down towards the floor, making sure that the hips lift, so you can use your hands to feel this lifting of the hips and the tummy nice and active, pulling down to the ground, and release. And activate down again. Feel these hips pulling. And release. Activate. And release. If you'd like to pop on some clothes for relaxation, or grab a blankie and a pillow so that you're nice and comfortable. Deep breath in. Exhaling slowly. Deep breath in. And exhale slowly. One last deep breath in. Exhale slowly. As you lie on your mat, just take this time for you. Notice how your body is feeling right now in this moment. And then notice the more you breathe, how your body starts to feel more and more relaxed and heavy. your awareness to float on the air, that air that moves in and out of your body. Inhaling in, and it's distributed throughout your whole entire body. And as you exhale, all the old air, stagnant air leaves. Find your awareness in that movement. Into the breathing, into the oxygen, makes its way throughout your body and travels out all the stagnant air. Inhale deeply through the nose and exhale gently through your mouth. In this last inhale, start wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, and give your body one last long stretch. And then you can roll up to seated. We'll just do one closing Om. Your hands can be on your knees or in your heart center. Take a deep breath in. Thank you, everybody.